Hi, it's Jody Fisher again with another quick tip from LA Music Academy. Today we're going to talk about learning difficult chords and learning to change between a couple of difficult chords. The way most people learn chords is like this. They play the chord and then they let go, and they make the chord again, then they let go, and they do this over and over again until after a while they're seamlessly playing the chord. That takes too long. None of us have that much time. So here's a way to learn difficult chords much, much faster. You make the chord. This chord is an A minor 9 or a C major 7. And there's a bit of a stretch to it. It's not that hard, but it's hard enough the first time most guys try it. So you make the chord and you make sure all the notes are sounding nice and clean. And then you press much harder than you normally would and hold it for 30 seconds. Now what's happening during those 30 seconds is your muscle memory is starting to kick in. When you take your hand on and off the chord over and over again, your muscle memory is trying very hard to learn what you want your fingers to do. But it takes much longer that way. This way, there is absolutely no question that you're trying to train your fingers and your muscles to make this chord. Okay? So after the 30 seconds, you release, give yourself a little rest, and then do it again. And again, press hard, hold for 30 seconds. It's sort of like finger yoga. And we do this over and over and over again. Now, after about 5 or 6 repetitions, you're going to find that you're going to fall into this chord much easier than you normally would. Okay, try it. The next day you may have to repeat the process, but I guarantee you will learn most of your chords way faster than any other method. Now, the next issue, of course, is changing chords. That's always a problem. So what if you had 2 pretty difficult chords? They don't have to be difficult for this to work, but I'll choose something kind of challenging. How about this? Okay, this is a D7 flat 9 chord, fairly modern voicing. But I think most people would agree getting from this chord to this chord would be a major challenge at first. Okay, now the reason most people have problems changing their chords in the beginning is because they're going from one vague shape. It's a vague shape in their mind, going to another vague shape. Okay? So what you want to do is dissect the move finger by finger and see what each finger's job is. So in this chord, my first finger is on the C. On this chord, my first finger is on an E flat. So I will sit there and just go from C to E flat back and forth with my first finger until I sort of memorize that feeling. I'm memorizing the distance, I'm memorizing the difference between, the G string and the B string by gauge. I'm just kind of memorizing the feeling. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my second finger. So in this chord, my second finger is here, and in the next chord, it's here. So in this case, my second finger is moving down a major second. It's no big deal. Anybody can do that. And then I look at my third finger, and I see that's going from the G here to the D here. Well, that's not much of a move either. So this big move is really kind of turning out to be a lot of little short moves. And then I look at my fourth finger. It's on the B, and then it goes to the C. So this is arguably the hardest move, but it's still not that bad. But I would spend a few minutes just going back and forth. Now that you really know where each finger is going to go, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish. Now, a little mental image helps. Some guys kind of look at this as sort of a football play. They're in this position, and then it's hike, and everybody moves position. Or other people may think of it as choreography, the dancers, moving from one part of the stage to another. Okay? That mental image kind of helps. Now what I'm going to do is practice going from one chord to the next using all whole notes. This gives me plenty of time to see where my fingers have to go. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 2, 3, 4. Switch. 2, 3. Hike. Okay, back and forth. Now I'm going to switch to half notes. 1, 2, switch, 2, 2, and then finally quarter notes. Okay, now it takes a little repetition, But I promise you, you won't spend as much time learning difficult chords and learning to change difficult chords. Good luck with that.